Another video of the new TDF. You, uh, by the way, when I say TDF, I do not mean Tigray Defense Force. I mean Tigray Dissident Fighters. TDF is for me the term for this group, which has launched an armed movement against TPLF and Tigray channels. Tigray dissident fighters, or some would say Tigray disgruntled fighters, but I think Tigray dissident fighters perhaps is a better term. So a new video shows how many they are. I said a few hours ago that I'll share details of their location in tonight's live chat. Welcome to my viewers and users. Thank you for watching the channel. Good to be with you. I sought some recommendations about the days we should have live chats on. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have live chats on. Should we change the days? I think majority of the viewers who commented, they supported live chats being on the weekend. So perhaps I think we should continue with having live chats on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 news stories, a video, a clip at the end of this video showing TDF, Tigray dissident fighters. 2 more news stories. Yesterday on Thursday, a drone strike was conducted, deadly drone strike, killing some say over 100 people in the Amhara region. Military-backed sources are telling a different story about who was the target of this strike. Last viewers, Somalia is offering the US companies to start exploration work for oil or gas in Somalia, in an area which is disputed. Somalia's government is just giving away its precious natural resources in ongoing internal and external conflicts. Hassan Sheikh government should be very careful, I think. Let's start, viewers. Firstly, we know that on Thursday, a drone strike was conducted in East Gojjam zone. I did a video on that. I showed a clip last night showing people carrying dead bodies of the people killed in that strike. The strike was conducted in Gadib town, which is in Inarj Endoaga Warada in East Gojjam zone of the Amhara region. News confirmed, strike confirmed. We were hoping to see some statement from the military side too, because this strike caused heavy damage. Over 100 were killed reportedly. Now, the military-backed sources are telling a counter story. They say that Fano fighters were the target of the strike in Gadib town, East Gojjam zone. They say that Fano fighters were conducting training, military training in this area. Military got information, military took action. Took action means that military conducted drone strike or air strike. It wasn't a ground operation launched by military in the area. Pro-Fano sources say that the strike hit local people who were making preparations for Good Friday, for Easter, and it was basically a religious gathering there. Civilians were killed. But no, now you have the 2 versions of the story. Truth will only come out if independent sources are allowed to visit the area, if independent organizations are allowed to visit the area, which won't happen. Government has imposed a siege on the Amhara region in terms of access for journalists and human rights workers to the region. They cannot visit the Amhara region. Truth will never come out. Government will never admit that civilians died. Fano fighters would say that all those who were killed were civilians. Not a single Fano fighter was killed. Civilians do die, by the way. Government sources claim that around 50 Fano fighters were killed. Government Fano sources say that over 100 civilians were killed. Both the reporting of both sources confirms that it was a massive strike, leading to dozens of casualties. But as I said earlier, no one is going to acknowledge what really happened on the ground. Secondly, Somalia is ready to give away its precious natural resources to get support from other countries in its internal and external political conflicts. Know that Somalia signed oil, gas exploration deals with Turkey during its face-off with Ethiopia. Somalia wanted Turkey's support. Turkey mediated, and Ethiopia, Somalia holding talks facilitated by Turkey, and Turkey's exploration ship is digging for oil and gas in Somalia's territorial waters. And Turkey will definitely have its share in the oil and gas it extracts from Somalia's waters. It's going to start onshore drilling as well, reportedly, agreement signed. Now, Somalia's government is inviting US companies to dig for oil in a territory which is contested by the two sides, Somalia and Somaliland. Somalia's ambassador to the US in Washington has submitted this proposal, this request to US government that US companies, US oil companies could dig for oil and gas in SSC Khatomo controlled area, Sool region, recently visited by Hamza Abdi Bare. Sool was part of Somaliland, but in 2022, after months of fighting, Sool turned into an autonomous, self-administered area. Somaliland forces were defeated. They had to withdraw from Sool, from Lasanud. Now Hamza Abdi Bare has visited Sool, announcing that Sool is part of Somalia. It is now federal member state of Somalia. Hassan Sheikh government wants US presence in Sool. Why? Because it wants US on its side. Somaliland is making effort in the US to get recognition. It's doing lobbying. Its foreign minister visited Washington. It hopes that the Trump government would recognize Somaliland as a country. Somalia's government a few days ago offered some ports and airports to US government, that US government can use Berbera and other ports and airports and establish military base in Somalia. Second offer by Somalia to US to dig for oil and gas in Sool region. Hassan Sheikh government should know how to protect its precious natural resources. It should learn how to explore for these resources using its own workers who could be trained abroad. It should get the required equipment for that, but it should not leave all its natural resources in the hands of foreigners, whether foreigners are Turkey or US. But Somalia should stop giving away its natural resources, which are the assets, which are the properties of Somalia's coming generations too. Hassan Sheikh government should solve internal, external political issues without giving away its natural resources to foreign companies. Now, I have a clip for you, viewers. This clip shows TDF members, Tigray dissident fighters. This time more can be seen. I will disclose the location in tonight's live chat at 1800 GMT. I'll be there with complete details for you. Watch the clip. Thanks for watching.
ምሳሌ እንደው ከዓብዶ ዝሙ
كعبر ناس اللي يقولون